Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. Here is the Z107.7 local news for Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. A man was arrested in 29 Palms for suspicion of sexually and physically assaulting and imprisoning a minor. County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a domestic disturbance just before 11 a.m. at the Motel 6 in 29 Palms on Wednesday. Deputies report finding Peyton Barnes, 22, and an unidentified 17-year-old victim. The victim was removed from the hotel room and taken to Palm Springs Medical Center for treatment. Deputies say Barnes and the victim were known to one another. Deputies arrested Peyton Barnes on suspicion of inflicting corporal injury on a spouse or date, false imprisonment, and committing forced sexual acts with a person under the age of 18 years old. He was booked into the West Valley Detention Center on $50,000 bail. Barnes was arraigned on several felony charges yesterday, including assault with great bodily injury, false imprisonment, and 3 charges of sexual assault, to which he entered a not guilty plea. The 29 Palms City Council meets this week to discuss development code amendments, a new appointment to the Public Arts Advisory Committee, a self-help housing program, and community development block grant funds. Reporter Heather Clisby has a look at tonight's meeting.
At this week's gathering, the 29 Palms City Council will host a public hearing on Development Code amendments to Article 3, which pertains to administration, permits, and procedures. Next, the Tourism Business Improvement District Subcommittee will recommend the appointment of Ashton Ramsey to the TBID Advisory Board. The council will then discuss how to proceed with designated 10 connecting city-owned lots for the Coachella Valley Housing Coalition's self-help program. Finally, the council will likely approve and prioritize the allocation of community development block grant funds to the city's parking lot improvement, ADA rehabilitation, and accessibility construction project. The meeting takes place on Tuesday, January 23rd at 6 p.m. at City Hall, 6136 Adobe Road. It can be live-streamed or viewed on demand via the city's website, 29palms.org. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Heather Clisby.
The Yucca Valley Planning Commission meets tonight. Online news editor Robert Hayden has a look at the agenda.
Just 2 business change proposals on tonight's agenda for the Yucca Valley Planning Commission. First up, a color change request at the Old Travelodge near the west entrance of Yucca Valley at 54850 29 Palms Highway. Then just up 62 at the new La Casa del Tequila. The Planning Commission is reviewing a request to enclose their outdoor courtyard, refinish the exterior facade, construct a trash enclosure, and improve the parking lot. Those items, plus the consent agenda and future agenda items, will be discussed at tonight's Yucca Valley Planning Commission. It starts at 6 p.m. and it's at the Yucca Valley Community Center. You can show up in person or see this story for a link to participate online. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
The Bighorn Desert View Water Agency meets in special session at 6 o'clock this evening. On the agenda, directors will decide how to replace Director Craig Deach, who resigned due to relocation out of the district. The board must decide between appointment or special election, or they may ask the county to decide. Tonight's meeting takes place at the agency's board meeting office under the old water tower on Cherokee Trail in Landers. See this story at Z107.7fm.com for a link. Tomorrow, the 29 Palms Water District Board of Directors will gather for their monthly meeting. Reporter Heather Clisby joins us with a look at tomorrow's meeting.
On Wednesday evening, the 29 Palms Water District Board of Directors will meet to discuss water-related issues. The meeting will begin with a consideration of a resolution to officially adopt the annual Statement of Investment Policy before moving on to approve the district's master service agreement with Kennedy Jenks Consultants. The board will then review proposals and award a bid to purchase a vacuum excavator trailer. The remainder of the public meeting will consist of management reports on maintenance, water quality, and finance. The meeting begins at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, January 24th at 72401 Hatch Road in 29 Palms. The proceedings can also be viewed on the district's website at 29palmswater.net. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Heather Clisby.
The City of 29 Palms Public Works Department has announced road closures this week from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. as part of a repaving project. Today, Maud Adams will be closed from Palm Vista Drive to Old Dale Road. Tomorrow, Saladin will be closed from Palm Vista Drive to Old Dale Road. And Thursday, Roberts will be closed from Foothill Drive to Sullivan Road. These road closures are subject to change due to weather conditions. For further information, contact 29 Palms Public Works at 760-367-ROAD. A deadline for businesses and residents to comply with San Bernardino County's light trespass ordinance has passed this January. Dark Skies appreciator Robert Hayden rejoins us with a rundown on what's acceptable for outdoor lighting here in the high desert.
As of January 7th of this year, all exterior light fixtures in unincorporated areas of San Bernardino County must comply with the Light Trespass Ordinance, or LTO. This supersedes a previous deadline in 2023 that gave leniency to businesses and all existing lights. According to a reminder sent out in the Morongo Basin Conservation Association's latest newsletter, if you have an unshielded exterior light that casts light onto a neighbor's home or property, or is part of the colder blue light spectrum, there are a few simple changes you can do to keep your lights helpful to you, but not harmful to your neighbors or the desert's dark skies. Shielding exterior lights so they point downwards and don't shine on any property that you don't own is a good start. But some LED lights and bulbs are overly blue and are not allowed in any exterior fixtures. String lights, which are popular with short-term vacation rentals, now have limits for the total light output they can put out as well. You can find the details of the updated Light Trespass Ordinance, including how you can contact code enforcement, at a link at this story on our website, Z107.7fm.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
And finally, Harrison House in Joshua Tree is hosting a Tuvan shamanism ceremony featuring traditional throat singing. Chingiz Kam, who is the brown bear shaman of Tuva, and throat singer Arrington De Dionasso will share an indigenous Tuvan ceremony at Lou Harrison House. Kam is a hereditary shaman and the first of his lineage to travel to the west coast of the United States. His music and rituals are considered healing. Today, Kam and De Dionasso will appear at local schools to share their performance with students. Their public performance is tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the Harrison House, located at 6881 Mount Lassen Avenue in Joshua Tree. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z1077 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmetz.